In this video I will show you how you can get dungeon keys in Sorcerer Ascent on Roblox. Subscribe, hype, like, and watch until the end to understand this guide properly. To get dungeon keys in Sorcerer Ascent, you need to farm specific bosses like the Town Warden or the Vice Captain, because they can drop either key fragments with a 7.5% chance or a full dungeon key with a 3% chance. And you can also get drops from starred mobs if you prefer farming enemies instead of bosses. And once you have both a key upper and a key bottom, you just use the merge button in your inventory to turn them into a full dungeon key. In the high pressure grind of Sorcerer Ascent, your progress is often locked behind dungeon keys, because without them you cannot access the best dungeons for endgame loot and XP, which are required if you want to climb toward the top and keep your build relevant. If you are struggling to find dungeon keys, you are definitely not alone, because getting a full key takes a mix of RNG, smart farming, and good time management. So I will tell you exactly how to farm dungeon keys efficiently so your dungeon runs stay consistent and your inventory stays stacked. The most reliable method is boss farming, because world bosses have fixed loot tables that include both full keys and fragments. And right now there are two main locations you should focus on: Hodoragawa Town and Kanazawa Town. In Hodoragawa Town, you farm the Town Warden, who can drop a key upper or key bottom at a 7.5% rate each, and a full dungeon key at a 3% rate. While in Kanazawa Town, you farm the Vice Captain with the exact same drop chances for fragments and full keys. A quick pro tip here is to not get tilted over the low 3% chance for full keys, because fragments are actually the play, since the combined chance for halves is much higher, meaning you will usually craft a key faster than finding a complete one. If boss farming feels too crowded or the respawn timers are killing your vibe, you can switch to mob farming in the areas around Hodoragawa and Kanazawa, where you should specifically look for starred mobs, which are elite enemies marked with a star icon above their heads, and the community agrees they have way better drop chances than normal mobs. Mob farming becomes way more efficient in a group, so if possible, you should team up with friends, pull large packs of enemies together, and wipe them using AoE abilities to maximize kills per minute. Since key upper and key bottom drop much more often than full keys, your inventory will usually fill up with halves, so to combine them, you open your inventory, click on either the key upper or key bottom, look for the merge button at the bottom of the item description, and press it to instantly turn the two halves into a usable dungeon key. One mistake a lot of newer players make is running to a dungeon the moment they get a single key, which kills your momentum and wastes time traveling back and forth. So as someone who has grinded this a lot, I recommend bulk farming instead. Set aside a solid 1 to 2 hour session where you only farm bosses and mobs, and do not leave until you have at least 5 to 10 full keys ready. This works because you stay in the combat flow, your clears get faster, and once you have a stack of keys, you can join a dungeon party and run them back to back, getting way more value from XP boosts and loot charms. A common question is whether you can trade dungeon keys with other players. And right now keys and fragments are usually account bound, so you generally have to farm them yourself or get them from boss drops while in a party. There is no strict level requirement for dungeon key drops, but you need to be strong enough to actually kill the Town Warden or Vice Captain, so it is recommended that you are at least around the level of the Hodoragawa or Kanazawa zones to farm efficiently. Luck boosters do help, so if you have luck game passes or luck potions, you should activate them before killing a boss, because they can slightly increase your chances of hitting the 7.5% fragment drops or the rare 3% full dungeon key.